Hello, sweet angels, and welcome back to another episode of Awaken the Word. I'm here again with my dear friend and beautiful soul sister, Lisa Gray.
Hello, everybody.
So, after last week's episode, we just felt so inspired to just share more on how to get back into the heart and how the heart is just really a pure channel for our Christ consciousness. And when we can start to incorporate different energies and elements like gratitude and grounding and these different energy practices that we can run on ourselves, how we can begin to release the barriers that have blocked us from receiving the presence of love. So today we are back to just open up the conversation on gratitude and how gratitude truly has the power to change your life and how we can use that gratitude to shift back into our Christ light. So I'm going to open up the floor by just inviting Lisa to speak on her journey with gratitude and maybe even just mention like some of the little things in which you do every day to cultivate a gratitude practice.
Okay. When I was starting out, I had a mentor and teacher who really introduced what gratitude is to me. Like, I thought I was grateful. I'm like, yeah, gratitude, sure. But I had a deepened experience through doing like a gratitude challenge. So every day you journal, you list the things that you're grateful for, and challenge yourself, stay with it daily, like for at least a month, and watch how your whole perception and reality changes through that practice. And you can even go beyond that time frame. But for me, like I was just telling Amanda, like I would be driving and just have like this over like whelming feeling of just deep love and gratitude for everything around me. And I would just like tear up. I would just be like, wow, I just can't even believe it, and like things weren't seemingly perfect in my life, but it felt the way I felt inside was a whole shift. It
Mm-hmm.
started like shifting what I was calling into my life and who I was calling into my life.
Yeah.
And the things that I wanted, things that I didn't even know I wanted,
Yeah.
it's like it created so many like divine blessings that because it makes you more present with what and aware of like what you truly have and what truly matters, and it does like deepen a connection with yourself.
Yeah. Like that. Thank you so much for sharing that because also it's like when we decide to take responsibility over our lives, like we understand that we are essentially in the driver's seat with our higher self, right? Like our ego is over on the other side, but we have the power to choose how we feel every day. We have the power to choose gratitude, even though what you were saying, life around you may still look very chaotic, but it's cultivating that love that's within you that allows for that transformation within your external world to really take place.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like gratitude is at the core of that. I mean, as you were just mentioning with the whole shifts driving in the car, like, and how just little things like a daily gratitude practice can really anchor in to that new vibration and allow for that transformation to occur.
Mm-hmm. It's like you start seeing this like softness take over within you, but also how you perceive people, even when they might be acting out or something, or just a look on someone's face. You can just see like a piece of like, wow, I'm so blessed to have you in my life,
Yeah.
or I totally get it. You can just really, I feel like you're able to tune in to what's you and not you, but also have that love and compassion for others too,
Yeah.
you know?
So let me ask you this, because like the way I see gratitude is almost like this mighty sword of truth. Like it almost allows you to cut through the illusions and just choose to come into your heart and allow for your heart to provide you with a different perspective of the relationship, like of the experience. And the question that's kind of coming through is like, how have you used gratitude to let go of some of those toxic relationships or those experiences that caused you a lot of pain? How have you used gratitude to shift out of those?
I feel like it helped develop, okay, through like the practice of gratitude. I talked about the shifts that occur, just seeing shifts in my life, but also within relationships, right? So it's like you find more value, like you value that, you find what's valuable to you, and what means so much to you that you aren't really going to let, and you were just talking about boundaries, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So it actually helps create this healthy boundary.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like within relationships too, of like what you want in your life. Does that make sense?
It totally does. Cause like I feel like through the lens of gratitude, we actually are able to distance ourselves from the relationship. And when we're operating on our ego, we have a tendency to be drawn towards codependency in relationships, because we forget that we are our own self and like divine nature, and we look for God, we look for that missing piece in other people.
Mm.
But when we are offered and can see through the lens of gratitude, then all of a sudden we shift back and we actually put up those healthy boundaries to ensure that, one, our energy isn't being sucked dry from
Mhm.
like these toxic people in our life, but also it allows us the power to say no while still holding that graciousness and that compassion.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you what truly matters in your reality
Yeah.
for you, and I'm trying to find the right words. Really, it's like it's right there and I can see it, but I'm like, it's such a good topic. It can go into so many different ways,
Yeah.
Uh, Go ahead. Just I'm gonna give it to you because I'm like
All
totally
right.
like.
Yeah. So the way gratitude speaks is almost like this beautiful vibration of love and light, and it is such a time right now on a collective level to cultivate the element and the energy of gratitude, because gratitude is a powerful warrior that will help us, like we said, to move through those toxic relationships. Like when we choose to see a relationship that at one point in time hurt us through the lens of gratitude, we actually uncover the lesson.
Mhm.
Because some what happens, and like I'm a personal, I can attest to this, like in my past I was attached to the pain. The pain was the storyline in which I was acting out upon. And it wasn't until I started to really do the work within myself and got familiarized with the art of gratitude that I was able to see where the lesson was
Mhm.
in why I had to go through that. Whether that be inner strength, whether that be resiliency, whether that just being that the love is actually within myself and not in other people. Gratitude offered me to see that, and also gratitude offered me the opportunity to hold myself with compassion and also understand that people are on their own journeys and I don't have to fix them, and I don't have to give myself fully to somebody if they are not giving like in return.
Yeah, it can also give into allowing space for more forgiveness, through that whole, literally
Literally.
it starts to just like go hand in hand with all these different ways in which you move through something, in which you
Yeah.
move through life,
Yeah.
and so like those things that do fall away, you can be grateful for it. Those things that come in, you can be grateful for it,
Mhm.
like the things you have and don't have, you can be grateful for
Yeah,
it.
literally.
It's like it spans out beyond relationships, but even into the things and what you want to call into your life,
Yeah.
on all levels.
It's like it goes back to that power of choice too. It's like gratitude, love is always there, but do we choose to reach for it? And like I straight up, I was so freaking sick 2 weeks ago, like puking my brains out, and literally in between like purging, I was like, I'm so I'm so grateful, because on some level I knew that whatever was coming up out of me was not only a physical purge, but like an energetic purge.
Yeah.
And I was just like, angels, be with me right now. Please let this stop. But I'm also so grateful for this experience. And it's interesting because that's the first time that I actually chose to take that perspective when getting physically ill. And I straight up felt different after I stopped purging. Like I felt lighter. I felt more in alignment with my heart. And then I was like, you know what? For whatever challenges or obstacles come my way that make me kind of question, and I could take that anger or judgment route, I'm just going to hold with the lens of gratitude.
Yeah.
And it's shifted my perception of reality, but it's also shifted me back into my heart.
Exactly. It can be such a huge way to open the heart is through gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
and being in your heart, living from your heart space is one of the most powerful places to be.
Truly.
Truly.
Truly. Yeah. And
It's a magnifier, right? You
it,
know, you think about it,
mm,
and it's you want to connect through the heart. You can feel it within other people when you just
yeah.
like resonate so deeply with somebody or a group of people. You know, you realize that you're resonating at a heart level. It's
Mm-hmm.
the most beautiful thing. You know, it's like that's one of the things I'm always calling in is heart-based relationships. But to really get into your heart, it's like gratitude as a pathway that
Mm,
can open it, you know,
absolutely.
and help release those, like what you were saying, like barriers or walls that you have up, you know, because it brings in the compassion, the forgiveness, you know, the peace. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's so important, you know, to not
Yeah.
keep holding because it's not really protecting you. You know,
Yeah.
when you hold on to those things, it like the biggest thing can be to let it go.
Yeah. It's like gratitude is that almost like that baby step
It's a
that,
gift to yourself,
yeah,
you
that
know.
opens up the door to your heart. Like, Um, so let me ask you this, like aside from journaling, because I've been like religious in my gratitude journaling for the past 2 years now. Ever since I found out about self mastery, and the power of gratitude, I've kept gratitude journals. But what are some other ways that you can cultivate gratitude throughout your day that we can offer up our intuitive bestie
I
community?
think last week we talked about like pausing into presence, you know,
Yeah.
like when you're being present, you can have those like moments of gratitude, of just deep breathing and having the awareness of like what it is in your life that you're grateful for, or even in that moment, or even just for the ability to breathe and
Mm-hmm.
pause and connect, you know, and not get so much in the, especially around this time of year.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you can start to feel it almost energetically, especially people who are empathic or really energetically sensitive, you know, the amp up of the holidays, of all the things going on around the world right now, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it can just feel very, so those moments you can pause, you can
Mm-hmm.
breathe, and you can reflect and have like a stillness and peace and be grateful for
Mm-hmm.
being able to even have those moments with yourself, because one, it also helps you calm the nervous system, you
Mm.
know, and that's like, man, I'm grateful for this calm nervous system right now in the middle of all
Yes.
this chaos, you know, like,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be chaotic, you know, you can be one of the people that helps shift the collective through just being in your own presence and your own state of calmness and love and gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those are little things that I like to do. Like I don't have to go that direction. I can be at peace within myself.
Yeah.
um,
And it only appears chaotic because we're searching for something outside of ourselves. We're searching for that person to provide us with all the answers, or we're searching for that leader to lead us to peace, is
mm,
whether consciously, subconsciously, right? But it's like, no, when we walk hand in hand with gratitude, we find the peace. We are the peace. We remember that we have been created in the image of peace.
yeah, so and being grateful for the presence of all of it, you know, to having the ability to pause is
Yeah.
important. And you know, that is something I practice daily,
Mm.
because you can get so caught up in your day-to-day, the busyness. It's you realize there's never a real hurry for anything.
No,
You
not at
know, it's
all.
all gonna get done. It's all gonna work out, always for the highest and the best. And those are the moments where I can find those, even for those thoughts to come through, that I'm grateful for. You
Mhm.
know, I like when I get out of bed, a lot of times, like I'll go outside and I'll stand barefoot outside and just connect with the earth and connect with what I'm grateful for that day,
Mhm.
that I want to bring in, and just like even if it's just the thought of saying, creator, help me ground,
Yeah.
and I just want to like give thanks for being here today.
Mm.
Whatever it is you feel called to call in the morning, to start your day off.
Yeah.
You feel called to like burn some sage or light some incense, things that like just make uplift your environment. Like those are things like I can pause and appreciate just even thinking to do those things to set the tone of my day
Yeah.
you
I
know
I like to call them spiritual checkpoints. Like, because sometimes we can veer a little bit off track of our Christ consciousness, but those checkpoints that we have throughout the day help us to stay directly aligned with our truth. And so I like to have checkpoints, kind of to your, like what you were saying, is right when I first wake up, like just allowing the energy of gratitude to wash over me. And it's almost like, just like we choose our clothes to put on, we can choose the energy to ground into ourselves. And so recently, I've been just really elevating, maybe that's not even the right word, but I've been embodying the energy of gratitude. And and then when something kind of seems to trigger me or test me a little bit, I take a step back and I'm like, you know what? Okay, what's the lesson here? How can I look at this moment from an element of gratitude? Like, where is the opportunity to grow here?
Yeah.
And so I just take myself out of that emotion and just allow myself to see through the lens of gratitude, through neutrality. And then same thing at the end of the day is I go back and just in my prayers at night, like, thank you God for this person, just, and I just wash myself clean in gratitude.
Mm, yeah. I mean, it's a powerful place to manifest from too. It's a
Mhm.
it's a vibration. Like there, it holds a certain frequency.
Mhm.
And you can't fake that. It's something that truly just starts to unfold of how you view the like what lens you're looking at life through.
Mhm.
Um, because you can get so like it can be you don't want to get distracted. That's not you. It's not the truth of you.
Yeah.
Anything that's like heavy and makes you feel like crap isn't your truth.
Mhm.
That's always something that makes me feel grateful, because it's like, wait a minute, this isn't real for me really. If it's like, not to say that you don't have things that come up and that feels horrible, but anything that feels just like, always check in. I guess that's like what I'm saying. It's like to
Yeah.
check in to make sure it's not you, or if it is you or not.
Yeah, that whole like two world analogy. Like if something makes you feel drained, lethargic, doubting yourself, that clearly is the you in the world controlled by your ego.
Hmm.
What gratitude helps to do is build that bridge over from the ego back to the state of oneness where you've never been separated from God, universe, source, right? So when we hone in on the element of gratitude, we can really check in with ourselves to see which level of consciousness we're operating from.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, gratitude is absolutely the pathway to not only Christ consciousness, but also to harness the embodiment of abundance. So by tuning into the element of gratitude, you're raising your state of consciousness and you're shifting your vibration out of one of suffering. And thus your external world's going to change because your manifestations are not going to be held in a mode of resistance anymore because you're grateful for everything. So you allow everything to flow. And it's awesome.
Yeah, when you're in the flow, it feels like things are just happening like boom, 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 like
Yeah.
it feels good, it feels aligned, and you
Mhm.
just start to see where like those little practices really shift your life.
Mhm.
It's like one day you're like, when you're in the moment of like waiting for it to happen, it doesn't seem like anything's going to change, but allowing the flow of things, then that's where the change comes. Because
Yeah.
you're not, you've like put it out there what you want, and then like, and that's another way that even the journaling can help, because you've like kind of like stated those things that you're grateful for. It allows more of that to like flow into your life and like manifest into your life in different ways,
Yeah.
um, to really have the presence of that and sit with it. It's
Mhm.
like definitely part of like helping you manifest what you want.
Absolutely. So, to kind of summarize what we're talking about here, some simple and digestible ways in which you can really harness the power of gratitude is through gratitude journaling. Whether you do it throughout your day, whether you do it at night, you choose the time, but it's a really great way to cleanse your energy and kind of reset you for the next day. So, that's why I like to say do it in the morning or do it at night, because it does set the tone for your day. Practicing the power of presence and allowing yourself to pause before you respond to something, and allowing yourself to see the lesson in the said challenge that is being presented to you, and shifting back into that lens of gratitude. Another really great way to practice the element of gratitude is through a visualization that you can do as you're laying in bed at night, which is replaying your day but choosing the lens of gratitude. So instead of seeing that person who cut you off in traffic as an a-hole, like actually seeing that as a sign of gratitude, just being like, you know what, I don't know what they're going through, but I'm really grateful that no one got hurt, no one got injured, and I'm grateful that I was able to recognize this and let this emotion go, as opposed to letting it ruin my day.
Hmm.
Like, there's so many ways in which we can call in gratitude. And today, what we have for you is Lisa's going to run some energy around gratitude and cultivating the love of the heart, and show you guys what you guys can do on your own. And then I'm going to bring through a little channel message from the angel realm. Yes, yes, yes. But if any of these messages resonated with you at all, like, and you start implementing these gratitude practices, like, definitely let us know in the comments below, because we want to see how you guys are taking this information and, using it to better your lives. But with that being said, I'm going to toss it over to Lisa.
So, like I said, in the morning, I like to like step outside and connect. So sometimes I'll go outside, and what you can do is you can just ask Creator, or you can even ask the Earth. You can ask Mother Earth to help you ground your higher self, your guides, your angels. So that's what we'll do right now. I'll just say, Creator, Divine Team, Angels, Guides, for everyone tuning in now or tuning in later. Please assist and support us in grounding us all the way down to the crystalline core of Gaia, the fifth, sixth dimensional grid system, all with the highest intentions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just going to ask Creator to run the sacred activation gratitude for everyone tuning in now and tuning in later. Flower of Life, and this is a Christ consciousness activation. Also helps open up your heart. Self-love. Sacred Heart, Diamond Heart, and I'm just going to run an activation called Polar Opposites. It helps with rewiring the neural pathways. So maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to be grateful um, for what I'm going through right now, or maybe there's like some conscious beliefs of around self-love right now, or being able to fully drop into the heart. I'm just going to replace that with self-love, happiness and joy, compassion. And I'm going to stack in an activation called peace of mind to bring in the calmness. That's starting to feel better. And I like to run for everyone's nervous system right now. Not just with the energy that I'm running, but just all the energy coming into the planet right now. I'm just going to run nervous system upgrade. And then I'm going to run two more. What if a miracle were to happen? And happiness and joy. I just want to call in our teams to assist and support with anything that we might be holding on deeply in the heart space. Feels like that caused some heaviness when I brought in the happiness and joy. So it's bringing in a lot of love, self-worth. And before I pass it on to Amanda, I just want to send so much love and gratitude to all of you tuning in now and tuning in later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our teams, our guides. Hey, Amanda.
Oh, thank you so much. Squeak, squeak, squeak. So the channel message that was coming through his one, Archangel Jophiel is here. She is the angel of beauty. She's the angel of music and wisdom and inspiration, divine inspiration in spirit. This is when our channels are clear and we can openly receive the communication from the divine and from our higher self. What the angels have to say to you is you are doing an incredible job. They just want you to understand that every person has their own path, their own hero's journey. And just because you've gotten knocked down a few times doesn't mean that you have to stay down. We are resilient. We are here to support one another and to help each other rise. So just know that everything that you have gone through on your journey is an opportunity for you to find the inner strength and the gratitude that lives within you and to rise in the light and in the sovereignty that you are. You are completely connected with God, with universe, with source, and your angels are all around you, supporting you, helping you to rise once more. And just know that any turbulence that you may see in the external world is only a mirror image of everything that is leaving your life. You are here to create harmony, you're here to create balance, and you are here to create love within yourself and within this world. So by taking these gratitude practices and implementing them into your life, just know that you can take a step each and every day toward a higher, lighter, brighter frequency in life for yourself. So with that being said, just know that your angels are all around you and they love you so, so much. And they just say, visualize this beautiful light pink light coming over you day and night, and just allow any attachments, any cords that might be draining your energy from past relationships, just allowing this beautiful light to clear and cleanse everything within your field and just bring you back to that place of grace, love, and gratitude. So with that being said, sweet angels, I just want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and I just pray over all of you that whatever it is we're going through right now, that you have a team and a community right here on this channel, and that anything that came through that you want to share or express, please feel free to do so, because we're here to lift each other up. And my deepest prayer is that I just hope that any of these messages reach the right people at the right time, to help elevate their life journey and life experience. And I just want to thank Lisa for coming on again. Literally, I absolutely love her. She's amazing at what she does, and she's also just an amazing human being. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and until next time, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah.